Hi guys, welcome in a new video. In today's video I'm gonna share with you my losing weight story, as well as I'm gonna give you my 10 tips to lose weight without putting that much effort to it. So in the beginning I need to say that I'm not a dietitian. Everything is just my personal experience that I want to share with you, and I hope some of you will find it helpful. And I also need to start from telling you how much I used to weigh, how much I'm weighing now. So through my whole life I was considered as a skinny person. I was never overweight, I was never chubby. Maybe in my kids years I wasn't super skinny kid, but I wasn't fat as well. But I remember I was always jealous for my friends, like they're so skinny, I want to be so skinny. And then since I was 12 I started to be vegetarian. It took me, I would say, 2 years to just know the food and just discover all of the food I'm eating now, because obviously when I was 12 I didn't even know what lentil is. And at that time, since I reached the 14, I would say I would start being skinny, and that was the amount of kilo I had that time was with me since last year, I would say. So of course sometimes I gain 3 kilos or lose 3 kilos because it was winter or summer or something, but in general I was more or less in an average same. So last year I went to Spain and I gained a crazy amount of kilo there. That time I wasn't even aware of it because we haven't even got a scale in the house. Mostly because my work was really physical work. I exercise every day, I did fitnesses, I run and everything, but the food was terrible because I was eating in a hotel restaurant, which, being vegan and living in a hotel, was quite difficult because it's really hard to find healthy food, because even the rice has extra oil inside. So I was just eating how I would usually eat in a home, and in the end of the summer I was like, oh my god, I cannot fit in my old clothes. And then I came back home, I weighed myself, and I was really scared, and that's why everything started. But anyway, in the worst moment of my life, which will be, I would say, in the beginning, I was in London. So that was around February to March. I weighed 73 kilos, and now my weight is around 62 to 63, and my goal is to go to 60, maybe 59 maximum, because I am a really tall person. So I just cannot weigh less because then I will look anorexic. So I was struggling with losing this extra weight for over a half year, and then when I finally just settled myself down and really just started living my life day after day, I just lose all of this weight without even truly noticing about it. And so that's why I'm gonna show you the 10 tips that helps me lose all of these kilos. There will be over 10 kilos which I lose in around 3 months. So the first advice I have for you is not to starve yourself. I know that all of us might say that if we're not gonna eat today, or we're just gonna eat an apple today, we're gonna be so skinny. But this is not true, because you need to eat anyway to survive. So then you're gonna find yourself, as I found myself, eating a night, or one day we're not eating much and the other day we're eating crazily. So it really has no sense. And this is a tip number 2. It's just to have your routine, and you're gonna eat your food in the same time, more or less, and your body is gonna get used to the time and the type of the food you're eating. You definitely gonna lose weight, because to gain weight we really need to eat a lot of calories and not moving at all to actually start gaining weight. So yeah, having a routine is the most important thing, and having a routine helps me a lot, and it was one of the major thing that actually makes me lose all of this weight. Tip number 3 is to have a scale and have a control about your body. because that time I haven't got a scale, so it's really hard to see on yourself if you gain 2 or 1 or 3 kilos, because in a mirror it's really hard to see, and especially if it's your own body. But if you have a scale, of course you don't need to obsessively weigh yourself every single day, but just to weigh yourself once in a week at least, and just have a knowledge about yourself and about your weight, and maybe, okay, I gained 2 to 3 kilos, what I'm doing wrong, should I stop, or maybe I want to gain weight, just to have an overall control. It really helps. And tip number 4 is to just reduce the amount of oil we're eating every single day. Of course, oil is healthy for us, and I don't mean like avocado or nuts or, I don't know, olive oil, which of course we need, but we definitely don't need to eat fried food. This is something which is not good for our body. It makes us sick, it's causing cancer, so we need to reduce the frying things and greasy food as much as we can. And of course, like me, as all of you, we can find ourselves feeling so bad after eating greasy food. We feel like tired and we don't want to do anything. And in the other hand, when we're eating healthy food, we feel like energizing and we want to do things. Tip number 5 is, of course, exercising. Exercising is really important. It's really important to get your ass from the couch and just start do something. And I'm not an expert. I'm not really a gym fan, to be honest. But I find myself walking. I love walking, and that's what I used to do my whole life. And that's what keeps me fit, because I used to do at least 10 kilometers every single day. In my previous job, I used to walk from 10 to 15 kilometers every single day, so I was constantly in a move. Tip number 7 is to drinking a lot of water. I know that like everybody knows about it, but a lot of people still not following it. But water is really important. It just makes our digestion speed and our metabolism, and our skin looks better. Just everything works much better, I promise you. And I know in the beginning it's kind of hard, but just try to do it step by step, and after a while you just find yourself literally craving water all the time. For me, to be honest, if I'm going out even for 30 minutes and I don't have a water bottle, I feel so dehydrated. I feel like I'm dying without the water, because I'm used to drinking a lot of water every single day. And tip number 7 is to cut the fizzy drinks. Fizzy drinks and sweets are terrible, because we might eat healthy food and we might eat no oily food, but then we're just taking a Coca-Cola or Fanta or Oreos, and that's it. Everything we done in the past is just pointless, because now we're having this. And fizzy drinks and sweets, they have so much sugar inside, and they have so much calories, guys. It's literally like, oh, when you imagine that you might eat a whole portion of lunch, or eating 3 cookies. It's like, what helps me to cut the sugar and a fizzy drink, well, I never was a really fizzy drink fan, but anyway, is a coffee. Because obviously when we crave a fizzy drink, we usually are just really tired, and we want just something with a sugar to keep us going. And that's how I replaced it with a coffee, which of course is not the healthiest option in the world, but once in a while, when I really feel like I need something to keep me going, rather than having a Red Bull or something, I'm just going for coffee, because this is, from all of these things, this is, I believe, the healthiest option. And tip number, I would say it will be tip number 8 now, is cut off the alcohol as well. It's literally, I would put it like in the same level of exercising or drinking water. Cutting alcohol is major. Since I cut the alcohol, I cannot say I just cut it completely, because obviously I am young and I like to go out once in a while, plus I am Polish, so you know, it's just weird for me to like going out and not drinking, for example. But when I do, I'm trying to drink gin and tonic or something without extra sugary fizzy drink in it. And I'm just trying to do it as less as possible, and I totally cut all of this one drink going out. I rather go out with someone for a tea, coffee or I don't know, a juice rather than one drink or one beer, because it just has no sense for me. And tip number 9 is something that I found speed my metabolism a lot, and this is apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is amazing. Of course, it's not really yummy, but I was drinking it, I would say 2 to 3 spoons in a cup, and then I fill the cup with the water. I add, of course, extra turmeric and ginger, which are also really good for digestion. But after 1 to 2 weeks of drinking this every single morning, I noticed that my digestion was crazily different, was much better. And the last tip number 10 is just to love yourself regardless of the kilos, and you know, do you have this and this or you don't. It doesn't matter, because the most important thing is what we have here and what we have here, and this is how the world is working. If someone is loving you, it's gonna love you even though you have 5 or 10 kilo more, as well as your friends and everyone, because you just need to accept yourself. And I was struggling with it, to be honest, in the first few months of my gaining weight period. I was feeling really uncomfortable, like in the bikini and in a social moments, especially when you travel. There's like so many social and bikini moments, so I felt really bad. But after a while, I just realized that I started to feel really good with myself mentally. I found myself in a really good moment in my life, in a really good position mentally, and then the extra kilos I have doesn't really bother me the time, and plus I just lost them anyway. I didn't want to lose them because I was feeling bad. I just lose them, to be honest, just for a health reason. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you find this video helpful, and please let me know what other videos would you like to see on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and check out my Instagram as well. And I love you, and I see you guys in a new video. Bye!